is Lina Puerta. I'm a mixed media artist based here in New York City. The Farm Worker series started in 2017. Because of the anti-immigrant rhetoric at the time, I felt that I needed to do something. As a Latina woman, I was approached by the Southern Foodways Alliance. That's where I did all the research into farm workers. The farm workers are such an essential part of our culture. They're such a marginalized group. In this exhibit, there are two tapestries from that series, where the farm worker is the central figure of the piece. Around the border, it has the different parts of the plant: the leaves, the flower, the fruit, and also the pollinators, and thinking of the farm workers as part of that cycle of the plant. I also did other series of just portraits where the farm workers are a bit more frontal, with the idea of visibilizing them, because when we get our groceries, we are so disconnected from them. Working with the farm workers, it brought me closer to thinking more deeply about plants and how food plants in our industrialized agricultural system are similarly exploited as the farm workers are, as they're both almost pushed to the limit to create profit. That I contrasted with the indigenous ways. For many indigenous cultures, plants are thought of as relatives and helpers that feed us and give us medicine. And thinking about this, I started to look at indigenous cultures from Colombia, where my family is from. In the exhibit, I have some fabric pieces that are inspired by different symbols from weavings from the Kamensa and Inga culture of Colombia. There is a symbol of maíz, which is the corn plant. I love the idea that they weave into these belts the whole plant of the corn, not just the corn. And similarly is the other symbol is the chagra, which is like the cultivated garden. They don't do agriculture the way that is done in the Western world. The relationship between different plants are taken into consideration, and the birds and animals that visit, and the actual soil. And so I wanted to bring in some of those values. I embedded them by embroidering those symbols into the nets that we discard from food that are essentially waste. And I used the net as a grid to kind of point to the imbalance in our Western world. I collect all kinds of materials, from fabrics to discarded food wrappings and nettings. I also incorporate personal materials or objects. In this exhibit, I have also some works made with actual paper pulp, where the paper is first pigmented and then a fresh sheet of paper is made. I put different textiles and different materials on it, and then I put another sheet, and with a hose and using different stencils, I remove the pulp that sits on top, revealing the different textures that are under. I think the work in the exhibition relates to Around the Table, Stories of the Food We Love exhibition, in the way that we're talking about food, but not only about the product of the plants. That is what we come in contact with every day.